This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. Use the links in the description to visit their store. Hello everyone, doing another Aetherdrift draft. I feel like I've gotten this in a draft video already. I do think it's possible to build around, but you don't really want to take a card that's like needs a really specific kind of deck for it to work. Format is slow enough that it works better than it would in most, but you still need to end up in just the right deck or you're not going to have time to mill people out. Overall, this pack is pretty weak, I think. You know, we've got a nice land. I do like this Signpost Uncommon. Another decent land. But, like, you know, Canyon Vaulter, not that exciting. Neither is Wretched Doll. I don't think the Velocitor is particularly good. Collision Course, kind of medium. I think Canyon Vaulter is probably better. Just a lot of medium. I think we take the Vaulter. It's definitely not exciting first pick, but I mean, you know, this is one where maybe we could think about going the weird monument route. You know what? Maybe we will. Let's try to make it work. Why not? This pack isn't that good, so I don't feel like I'm giving up that much. And, you know, I'm making content. So let's see if we can build around River Churn Monument. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to force it. Like, if we don't see what we need, I won't make it happen. But it has a way higher ceiling than every other card in that pack did. Lower floor than most of them, too. But yeah, I like Grimbauble a lot. It is the kind of card that'll help us with making the game go long enough for River Churn Monument. Plus, you know, if we're in black, you're in a color that likes cards in the graveyard, and you can use the first ability to mill yourself. So, you know, there are reasons to do that in the format. The Sloop is pretty good. You know, another Wretched Doll. Starting the draft with a couple of Wretched Dolls wouldn't have been the worst thing, but not what you want either. You know, extra combat phases are bad and limited. This is, you know, how it's always been. So, yeah. Okay, I mean, it's hard when you see Spire Mech Cycle to just pass it, so I don't know that I will. It's a very good card. You know, I think in the last draft video, I played it like every game, and so did my opponents. So, and it won someone a game pretty much every time. Haunted Hellride's not bad. You know, the trigger's nice, but I think the Mech Cycle's better, and it's, you know, monocolored. Obviously, Trip Up is a decent removal spell. This is a nice aura, but I think the Mech Cycle's great. So I think we take it and see what happens there. Okay. Decent red card here. I think Diversion Unit's pretty good. You know, decent 2-drop. If we're going to go the River Churn Monument route, it's not bad to have. Same thing with Engine Rat, actually. It's a nice little card for trading off. I think the unit's a little better. Gives us some artifact synergy, too. Howler's Heavy's not bad either, by the way. But, yeah, I think we go with the unit. It's a nice 2-drop. Okay, well, now there's a Spike Spitter, which definitely intrigues me. I do think Spectral Interference is okay, but I think the Spike Spitter's very good. So I think we take it. A couple of really good red cards telling me, and they're both cards that aren't really like, hey, you know what you should do? You should mill out your opponent. Probably telling me that that's not what I'm supposed to do here. But, you know, yeah, we'll go ahead and take it. Speed, you know, it's funny that this format seems, at this stage, you know, this is like, what, the 5th draft video, and I've drafted probably about 10 times now, and it seems pretty slow overall. Like, slow value engine type cards I've seen win so many games, like the Spike Spitter, and getting speed early, like, it's not that easy. All right, well, Mech Cycle number 2, I think we do it. I do like the Pathmaker. Nimblethopterist is a very good card, but I do think Mech Cycle is just better. Yeah. So, red's very open. We've gotten very good red uncommons relatively late. You know, are we going to be black-red or blue-red? I don't know. Might be neither of those things. And this ends up being pretty good in virtually any deck. I mean, you do need mounts and vehicles, but it's not like that's a huge ask. Ooh. So if we can get the Necro Regent 2, which is another one of these slow value engines, like, makes me really want to go just black-red straight up and really focus on speed. And I think if this is still here, there's a good chance we can do it. We do have a pretty high curve right now. We're going to want to lower it. But I think it's hard not to take this here. These two, they're sort of, together they form a signpost uncommon of sorts. But yeah, we need to lower our curve, get some, the 2-drop mount that makes treasure is nice when you've got your mech cycles around and stuff like that. Okay, well, Wretched Doll made it back, and I certainly don't hate it. Do I like it more than Dynamite Diver? I mean, if I've got 2 Spire mech cycles, I'm not sure I do. I think I like the Diver a little bit more. Alright, now we will take a Wretched Doll, though. They both wield, so... Few decent 1-drops. A 1-drop and a 2-drop to close out the pack after all of our... well, I guess we're not quite closing out the pack, but... We took a bunch of high picks, high mana value cards early there. Yeah, do I want Wretched Doll number 2 over Dynamite Diver number 2? I mean, probably. I mean, this is usually a more relevant card, like in the later game, than the Diver. The Diver's not useless, but, Also, the Wretched Doll is pretty good at crewing, too. So, yeah, Trip Up is definitely the best card here. And we do have a couple blue cards, so... Alright, I will pretty gladly take a Crash and Burn. And Ironclad's not terrible. And another... Yeah, Red's definitely open. I mean, these cards aren't nuts like the ones we got, but... Like, they're definitely decent playables. So Packdoll Terror, not going to be bad for us. We've already got 6 artifacts, so I like that. Bosri's good, and there's a world where we could consider shifting to red-white, but I don't think he's so good that I do that when I have good black-red cards, as it is. So, I like the Terror. I haven't been that impressed with this. It's as clunky as it looks. Very awkward that it taps for its ability and then can't, like, protect you. So, yeah, I like Packdoll Terror. I think it's what we'll take here. We're definitely artifacting, and it's good with speed, too, so... Okay. So, Maximum Overdrive is a really nice trick. The Surveyor is not bad. It gives us, right now our only Start Your Engines cards are these later cards. And it gives us an earlier one that's fine. It does feel like 2 is a less bad toughness to have on a 3-drop in this format because there's only 1 common, Grim Bauble, that really punishes you for it. There's a red uncommon that punishes it. Yeah, I think since we're interested enough in speed, I take Surveyor here. Okay, another Wretched Doll. Probably take it over Kickoff Celebrations. Mutant Surveyor's not bad either, though, honestly. Yeah, I think we'll take the Surveyor. We're sort of going all in on speed here, but I think we have good reason to do it. Alright, Lightning Strike, yes, please. I do like Packdoll Terror, but we don't have much in the way of removal right now. So, I do feel like there are more things where they were, like, in testing, they, like, raised toughness, like Packdoll Terror. So you run into cards you can't kill with Lightning Strike more in this format than in most, I feel like. But it's pretty good still. Alright, we will take this Packdoll Terror. I do like Bloodfell Caves, but I think with what we have going on with artifacts and speed, we value Packdoll Terror more than the Caves, or even Gilded Goda, although... our mech cycles aren't looking super great right now. But I think we still take the Terror there. Alright, I like the Paragon okay. Could take an artifact here, but neither of these... They're both just okay, so... I'll take the Paragon. But yeah, right now our mech cycles are pretty medium. I'd probably only run 1 if our deck keeps looking like this. Because we don't have... we don't have access to a lot of mounts in black-red other than that Goda. So getting a couple of those would make me feel a lot better. There are vehicles, of course, some good ones in black and in red. And we do have 1 in the Ironclad, but, like, I don't love it. I sort of hope I don't play the Ironclad, in fact. It is an artifact, so maybe I think about it a little bit, but... But yeah, it seems like X2 is less bad than usual, and then a lot of things have enough toughness, like the more expensive cards. They made sure they don't get blown out as much by Lightning Strike. And Pact Altair, like I said. Spike Spitter, also an example of that. Necro Regent as well. Okay, so Burner Rocket's not bad. I haven't been super impressed with it, but when I've got mech cycles, it definitely moves up in the pick order a little bit. I could take Siphon Fuel, but it's basically just crash and burn, and I don't really need more of those. Night Market wouldn't be terrible for our mana. I think we take the vehicle/artifact, given what our deck looks like. Yeah, we'll take a Pilot. I don't think it's a great card, but we could use some low drops. And it's, you know, it's not terrible. They rarely print completely terrible cards these days, for the most part. So, Apocalypse Runner is a vehicle, and like I said, I haven't loved it, but it's, you know, they can't even send in our Wretched Dolls unblocked. I mean, I think we take it. I don't know that it'll make the cut in the end. We do get a maximum overdrive, which is fine by me. Like, it can only send in power 2 or less, so it doesn't send in, like, any of our creatures. Mutant Surveyor, Deathless Pilot is pretty much it. Another Wretched Doll, yeah, okay. I mean, we've got 2 Pact Doll Terrors, and it's like an okay card anyway. Yeah, it does kind of feel like the runner doesn't work super well. I mean, the only reason I think I would stop and think about playing it a little more is because of our 2 Spire mech cycles, but like I said, if we can't run both of them, I mean, it's not the end of the world. Another Pilot. We're desperate for low drops. They can do the thing. But yeah, like, you can't really run. Yeah, we do get a free gain land. Kind of crazy the black-white signpost was still chilling there. Okay. If we had good fixing, like, Haunt the Network would be pretty good in this deck. Yeah, we're up to 10 artifacts. Right now we have a Bloodfell Caves, which doesn't fix for blue, but it does make it easier for us to run an island without it damaging our mana base. And the other options in the pack, like, we're not going to be that good for Marauding Mako, Mutant Surveyor, Dynamite Diver. Like, these are all okay. I'm sort of thinking about taking it and seeing if we pick up some fixing, because I don't think any of the other things we have here are, like, that good for us. So I'm going to take it and see what happens. This pack has a lot of stuff in it I'd like. I think we take Boommobile. It's an artifact. It's a vehicle. Those are great. And I think it's just the best card in this pack. But we could really use a Road Rage or a Lightning Strike, for example. But yeah, I mean, it's great. It makes our mech cycles better, makes our Pact All Terrors better, and it's just, like, good. So it works out pretty well. I can't be too upset about it. This pack, meanwhile, is not great. This trick is pretty underwhelming. That's another thing this format doesn't have, incidentally, that has made it slower, is there aren't that many really good tricks. Like 1 mana and 2 mana tricks that are amazing. Maximum Overdrive is in there. Like the 1 white +2/+2 trick isn't that great. So yeah. I could just grab an artifact because it's an artifact. We don't have that many reasons to care about it, though. But, yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah. I don't see us playing any of those other cards. I could have another Wretched Doll if I want one. All the Wretched Dolls. I mean, there are worse cards to have a bunch of. Another Crash and Burn doesn't really seem super necessary. Surveyors are okay. I mean, I think we take another Wretched Doll. It's so unexciting for an uncommon, but, like, it's pretty good. It's, you know, a solid 2-drop. Okay, and we're not really doing anything with this. It's okay at getting you to max speed, but I think we probably just take a Wicker Folk. Now I wouldn't hate some more Pact Doll Terrors. And some fixing. I think I may have passed some fixing, but we'll see if we can grab any. Yeah, nothing very good here. I mean, I think I take Siphon Fuel. We do have a decent land and an Artillerist, which neither of those are, like, terrible. But we're not that good at abusing this. This is going to enter tapped enough that I don't love the idea. We have enough 2-drops now. I don't really want Deathless Pilot. I think grabbing another removal spell, even a medium one, is probably where we go. And I don't really want the 4-mana 4/3 that we can play over, you know. We don't have... It's hard to have good fodder in this format for the most part. All right, we'll take another Overdrive. I don't think we run the Apocalypse Runner in the end. So there is another Bloodfell Caves and a Night Market. Night Market alone isn't going to be enough to play Haunt the Network. But, like, I would play 2 Bloodfell Caves probably. I may not play... I'd probably play the Night Market in this deck too. And it gives us the opportunity to maybe pick up a random card that lets us splash Haunt the Network. Like, if we pick up a gain land that gives us blue now, I would probably play it. Because then that would, give us 3 blue sources. It's unlikely that happens, but it could. So, don't really need another Dynamite Diver that badly. I mean, I guess we want the Surveyor. A little more max speed is good. Well, we did get a Lightning Strike back. I'm not going to be upset about that. Like I said, I do think it's maybe a little... It's felt a little worse in this format than it has in a while, but it's still really good. I mean, it's just not insane. We do have Muruganda Raceway, but like, you know, I don't like doing damage to my mana base just so that I can start the engines and then get an effect that doesn't really matter in the late game. This doesn't always have targets, but I probably don't need another Crash and Burn either. Oh, hello there. Well, I think we probably play an island and splash Haunt the Network here, because that looks like a legit win condition for our deck. Yeah, I mean, I think it does. So I don't think we really want to play Deathless Pilot. We have enough 2-drops at this point that we're not desperate. So, and I don't think it's particularly good. How many artifacts do we have? 13. I can probably afford to cut a few. So vehicle / mount wise, we did only end up with Boom Mobile, right? Oh, and Burner Rocket. That probably makes it a little harder still to run 2 mech cycles. I probably only run 1. Sadly. Yeah, and like Wreck Remover's not great. I mean, it's still like an okay-ish vehicle, even when you can't exhaust it, but... I don't know. Making sure I'm not missing any mounts. Yeah, we have 0 mounts. 4 vehicles. I have 4? What vehicle am I missing? Oh, the 2 mech cycles, the Boom Mobile, and the Burner Rocket. Yeah, all right. Burner Rocket, the only thing about it is it's not, like, great. But it's not... I guess I'll leave it in. Question is, where do the cuts come from if we're trying to keep all of this stuff together, though? Like, maybe we don't need Siphon Fuel when we have 2 Crash and Burns, which I generally think is better, mostly because it costs 1 mana less. Yeah. Yeah, I think we end up cutting... I think we might go cut a Mech Cycle and cut a Burner Rocket. That still leaves us with 10 artifacts, which is enough for our, you know, the cards to do what we need them to. But that does mean the remaining cards I cut probably shouldn't be artifacts. As much as I like Maximum Overdrive, it is a trick, and it's not like we're a super aggressive deck exactly. So I think we cut it. Then we have 2 Mutant Surveyors, 1 Goblin Surveyor. The Blockbuster might be where we go. It's felt like you don't have targets for it a little too often. We are pretty full at 4, but all of them are really good cards that we probably don't want to cut. So, yeah, I think probably the Blockbuster gets the axe here. Okay. Usually we're going to want to name blue with this for our Haunt the Network. All right. Looks like a pretty good deck to me. We've got the nice max speed payoffs, plus Haunt the Network at the top of our curve. You know, Boom Mobile is really good, so we'll see how the deck does. Okay, well, we got all our mana colors that we want. We can't make blue and red in the same turn, but that's fine. And we have, you know, cheap way to kill a low drop and then a 2-drop. Works for me, I think. Yeah, I don't think... Well, I can't kill it anyway with Lightning Strike. Speaking of things that gave 4 toughness to. Ooh, yeah, that's potentially a problem. This generates a Thopter every time they use a exhaust ability, and this can help them use exhaust abilities. So I could attack here and then bobble this to death when they block. But I think chances are they're going to have to play something and then use an exhaust ability, you know? So it won't all happen in the same turn, most likely. So I'm thinking I'm going to play Mutant Surveyor here instead. Yeah. There's no way this gets in for a hit if I play this first. So even though we have the max speed thing, I might actually get in for 3 here if they... And that would not happen if I was tapped out. It ended up not happening anyway, but I think that was the right call. Yeah, we'll let the Automaton stick around. We have Pact Altera in our hand and the Necro Regent, so getting all of that stuff going is definitely what we want to do. Yep. Yeah, not drawing a 4th land is kind of brutal. That's for sure. So they could still crew this. So we're kind of out of luck here now. Awkward. I guess I can bobble the Thopterist. Yeah, I don't hate it. Then they have to use the Thopterist to crew the Ether Hive, which, you know, I'm sure they will. And... yeah, we'll just end our turn. Leave up Lightning Strike. Don't love that. I can kill it with Crash and Burn should I ever draw my 4th land, but that doesn't seem imminent. I do have a Surveil here, at least. If it's not a land, I think we throw it in the graveyard. It is a land. Hard to say no to that. Yeah... I think we have to kill Gear Seeker Serpent before we do anything else here. Especially while they're tapped out and everything. They'll crew their Ether Hive again. Okay. They were more concerned about us surveilling, I guess, than Mutant Surveyor being able to do things. This does mean they can't crew this right now. So I think we attack with the Surveyor. See what happens. I could threaten to buff it twice and kill Pit Automaton. Yeah, or they'll just take the hit. So I think we play this, and I guess we'll name Red. Spike Spitter can block both of these things really well, in addition to eventually setting some stuff up later. I think that's probably where we go. All right. Don't love that. So let's attack with our Surveyor. Oh, that was dumb of me. Well, now that I've made this mistake, I could just buff the Surveyor once and then Lightning Strike the Aether Hive. That's probably what I'm going to do. Yeah. That's probably what we do here. We know they're tapped out. Gets rid of what is really their biggest threat in multiple ways. You know, giving them Thopters and everything. And attacking us pretty effectively. I mean, it's done most of the damage that we've taken. Okay. So, let's attack with the Surveyor again. Nice. Closing in on max speed here. So I think we play the Regent. And we'll also play out our Dynamite Diver here. So hopefully next turn we start getting a 2-2 every turn. Drawing Maximum Overdrive is pretty freaking good. Okay. So we're going to attack with... So if they can kill the Necro Regent, they're going to be able to do it whether I attack or not, with assuming it's the Exile spell. So I may as well attack with it. Okay, so they're trying really hard not to let me get to max speed. I feel kind of bad that I have a card in my hand that'll give me max speed. Okay. Looks like they decided to just take the 5, which seems strange. Ah, okay. That's fine. We do put it on top because we're about to have max speed. And that means next turn we can just... you know, play it and get the speed that we need. Well, we'll have the speed, so we'll get the 2-2 right away. We haven't seen a single exhaust ability out of them. Surely they have them between the Pit Automaton and the... Maybe we've just been lucky. Oh, Risen Necro Regent. So I could attack here, but doing so would actually mean... Well, attacking with Packdoll Terror is not bad, actually. I suppose they could double block. So the reason I'm thinking about not attacking with the Surveyor is because I'd have to spend the mana, whereas if I play the Surveyor, I can just pass the turn and start get my first 2-2. And that's probably better. Yeah, I'm going to attack with the Terror and see what happens. They may just block with Pit Automaton, which is fine. Yeah. It would be kind of nice to wait till I have mana for maximum overdrive, but I don't think we want to wait on getting zombie tokens. Okay. So, do we have a good artifact for them to blow up? I mean, I guess Pact All Terror is blow-upable. Alright, so let's play this land. And I think we attack with Risen Necro Regent, Pact All Terror, Mutant Surveyor. Do I just throw the zombie at them too? Probably. They do have way more life than we have still, but it does feel like we've largely taken control of the game. Alright, so if this works, we're going to be in pretty good shape. I'm probably going to sack the Bauble to Surveil, so I'm only going to buff Surveyor once here. Now we get another zombie. Okay, well there's a gross exhaust payoff. Luckily, well, they could... yeah. Alright, so we're going to sack this. So Wretched Doll does drain them a life, and the Surveil ability's not bad right now. I mean, I think we draw it. It's better than potentially drawing a land, obviously. So yeah, I mean, they could kill my Necro Regent here, potentially. But to do so, they have to block with Ranger's Refueler and the token, lose both of them. I mean, I think we come out ahead in that exchange. I think I just swing out here. I guess there's a chance they, like, block Pact All Terror or something, but... well, and when I say block, I mean, and kill it. Okay, so they're going the smaller, you know, block, kill a zombie token route here. All right, so we're gonna buff. And then we're gonna buff. Then we will drop them to 4. I think they need a Wrath to win, and it's not impossible. So, let's hope they don't have that. Ooh, Transit Mage. So they're going to grab something else that adds to the board. It's hard to imagine there's much here that solves this problem for them. Yeah, Memory Guardian. We should just be able to swing for lethal here. Pact All Terror number 2. Just play that up front, because they might kill the Pact All Terror, and then swing out. Well, our deck pretty much did what we wanted it to. Artifact stuff, speed stuff, we got it all going there. Let's hope it keeps doing that. That's largely how this format's felt to me, those sorts of grindy value engine games, which are... that's what I like. Earlier in this format, I was trying to do, you know, draft, you know, really aggressive curves and stuff, and it wasn't going as well. We'll see if this strategy works a little better. So far, it feels like it does. Okay, well, we don't have any early drops, but we have good mana and we have removal. I mean, I think it's a keep. It's not, certainly not an ideal hand, but it's not a bad one either. It's gonna be less good. Okay, good. They just played that. If they played like a 1-mana Start Your Engine card, I would have been like, well, They did play a 2-mana Start Your Engine card, and yeah, I think we just deal with it now. Our mana's been good. We haven't seen the blue card we're splashing, but our mana has been good. Alright, so I think we play Spike Spitter here. Get our own engine started. I feel like if they attack with the pilot, there's like no way I block. Because it means they've got something, you know? Well, now we know they have something, but there's a pretty real chance they have a 1-mana trick here too, and I'm just going to let them do the 2. You know, I could have gone a bit different of a route there, but I think we attack with Spike Spitter here. Yeah. I have pretty good blocks dialed up for the other stuff once we play our things. So now if they use a trick, I have mana up so I can get a 2-for-1. I don't know. Well, maybe they are. Okay, they do not. I think they must have that trick, which makes me extra glad I didn't block. Let's play our Wretched Doll and our Dynamite Diver. Leave up the Overdrive. Well, I think that probably means we discard the Overdrive. I don't feel like I can give up the removal. I don't know, though. Overdrive it's cheaper, and it'll pretty much achieve the same thing. So, yeah, let's hold on to the Overdrive. It's a tough choice, but I think it's the right one. Okay. Well, let's attack with Wretched Doll and Spike Spitter here. Do we let that happen? Making it a 4-2... I mean, I feel like protecting our Spike Spitter is going to be, like, way better since it's about to start drawing us cards. Yeah, we'll let the doll die. If they make us discard again, I guess I'll be sad, but at least I can cast Overdrive for the counter. They're at max speed now. Okay, well. Hey, there's Haunt the Network. It's not that great right now, but there it is. I think we just attack with both of these. Maybe just Dynamite Diver. I mean, we're going to get max speed either way. Yeah, I kind of like that plan, actually. We're going to get to max speed. Then we can pass and leave up maximum Overdrive. Next turn is when we'll start drawing cards. I mean, if they block, I would have the option of killing the Death Touch Indestructible is a little bit tempting here, but I think we'll just let it die and get to max speed here. And hope that the card advantage will propel us. We're not in the greatest board position, but you know, Haunt the Network will help with that, especially if we start drawing artifacts. Okay. Are you going to try to burn a second one? That'd be cool. Oh, you're going to do that. That works too. And that is why you protect your Endrider Spike Spitter. They also can't really attack us now. I guess they could send their 2 vehicles at us. Well, something dies if they do that, so not really. They can't really attack us. But they're going to? Did they forget about Death Touch, or they just really want to do some damage? I guess just trying to do some damage makes sense. Sort of. Yeah, no, they forgot, which, you know, it happens. Bummer. Draw 2 extra cards, and what do you get? Well, more swamps. I mean, we kind of have to cast Haunt the Network, as unexciting as it is. It does pressure them some, gives us a couple bodies. Pretty hard to not do it here. Would it be nice if it were later in the game and the card we splashed drained our opponent for like 5? Sure, but but that's not how it always works. If they kill the Spike Spitter now, I'm gonna be pretty sad. Yeah, I'm probably just supposed to take 4 here. Yeah, we're just gonna take 4. More flyers isn't ideal. That's a nice pickup, though. Ooh, yes, both of these. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we kind of have to play the Terror. Wish I could play both. But I don't want to lose the Terror. Like, its incidental life gain is probably going to go a pretty long way towards helping us stabilize. The Necro Regent does start spitting out zombies like this turn, but yeah, I think we got to play the Terror. Kind of hope we draw into more artifacts. Don't love our position. I mean, even with an active Spike Spitter, like the creatures, we know for, maybe not for a fact, but there's a very good chance that our opponent has a trick. Although, I guess giving up my Terror is preferable to other things. Yeah, I'm going to block. Question is, do I want to, like, single block Swift Wing Assailant with a Thopter? I don't think so. So maybe they don't have a trick and they're just trying to kill us. It seems that way, doesn't it? Well, I think that bodes well for us overall. So we can play both of these, which is nice. Bobble, yeah, you do something, so we'll leave you. You have to win this game at some point. Right now, I mean, we're generating a bunch of value, but theoretically, these zombies will get us there, I guess. That's just the loot one. Not too worried. Rummage, even. Yeah. I mean, it's a nice thing to have at this point in the game, but not as nice as either of the cards we have. So, I'm thinking we're probably going to block this thing now. I'm going to block it with the Thopter. Okay, so we're going to go Packed Doll Terror. Grimbobble. If only this thing didn't have vigilance, huh? I'm leaning towards just passing and continuing to build our board advantage. We're not that far away from starting to attack them, I don't think, but I think getting another zombie and then getting another card out of Spike Spitter is probably what we want to do here. We need to find another removal spell. If only these were artifacts, huh? I think we probably take a hit from the assailant now. Looks like they may be about to reanimate something, which I don't love. They don't have anything completely insane, but, like, if they turn one of these into a creature, that's not great for us. I mean, getting back the Disciple's even kind of nice, because they can put it on the assailant and swing and gain 3 life. Gaining 3 life definitely matters here. Alright, so Dune Drifter. We are going to run out of cards before them, so, you know. Yeah, they make us discard a swamp. That's fine. Yeah, I'm going to take 3 here. Then we're going to surveil. Yeah, I mean, just like before, drawing a card that drains them a life, that adds to the board, is pretty good. Get rid of the land. Okay. Drops them to 9. We go up to 8. Then we'll play the Surveyor. I feel like next turn we'll have pretty close to lethal. Especially if we can flip some removal off the top. I think maybe we only have 1 removal spell left. See, Haunted Network, if only we had drawn it, like, much later. It'll take 3. It would have been so much better now than it was when we had to cast it, but we didn't have anything else to add to the board. Wasn't really... Yeah, so they're gonna, like, Desperation, grab this thing. So they can only block 4 creatures. They're at 9. Okay, now they can block 5, unfortunately. That's unfortunate. What do we have off the top? If only I could cycle that from over here. I cannot. Well, Mutant Surveyor at a minimum is a really good attack here. Because I have so much mana. So maybe I'm just supposed to attack with it on this particular turn. Yeah, being able to block 5 things means they block 5, 4, probably this. Well, what are our... We've got 10 things, and they can block 5 of them. So I can't quite do lethal. Oh, except I can with if Pact Altera were to survive and... Huh. Yeah, and they're tapped out. I should have played Wretched Doll first, given this situation where they've only got 5 blockers. Since I didn't, I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense for us to, like, swing out here. I'm just going to attack with the Surveyor. Yeah, so they just want to draw a card. That's fine. We get a body off the board. Play this. Play the doll. We go up to 6. They go down to 8. You get another zombie token. They'd have to do a whole lot here to not be dead. I mean, they were dead last turn if I'd been paying attention. I see. Ooh, attack with all your flyers. Okay. Well, in that case, I think that does mean we block here and here. Yeah. So, do you have 2 of those? Okay, it looks like only 1. Are we gonna be okay? No! Yeah, that's my fault. I had lethal last turn if I played cards in the right order. Brutal. Because, yeah, it would have been exactly lethal. It's usually a good idea to count how much damage you can do before you go to your second main phase. It's pretty wild. I had both of those amazing max speed payoffs running. Not second main phase, but combat. But I had both of them running, and I still managed to lose. All right, looks pretty good. I was hoping I'd just find Crash and Burn, because I think we still had 1 in our deck, and that would have solved all of our problems, but we didn't. Okay, I'm probably going to lead with this, just because smoothing out my draws probably is more valuable than... I'd also kind of rather it gets countered overall. Yeah, I mean, we do only have so many islands. We still have 2 other blue sources in our deck, though, and we don't currently have the card that needs blue. Like, we'll find it. So I think we probably would like to avoid drawing another land if we can help it right now, even if it's a blue one. playing horribly. So I should have played this first, gotten to max speed 2 already. Somehow I was thinking I was going to play Wretched Doll. So I don't know what I was thinking there. But now I'll get to max speed a turn slower thanks to my amazing play. So, I definitely attack with both because Lightning Strike lets me kill both of them if they double block. Like, I buff it to 3/4 and then Lightning Strike the other one, so... And that seems pretty good. Yeah, it'll let me wipe their board. Well, they do get a treasure. See, we'd be at max speed now if I wasn't horrible at this game. Play our doll. They're not in the best position to just be casting stock up, but, you know, they're not so far behind that they're... Like, at least the tortoise can trade for our doll. In fact, I may not even attack with my doll, because, especially if I draw another land here, because just being able to surveil is probably more valuable, because it's not like they can effectively block either of these. So... I do think cards like Stock Up are better in this format than I expected, because the format is slower overall than I expected. So they've got green mana, huh? Might have the fight? Oh, just red shift, okay. Ooh. So, I could set up the same sort of thing I did earlier. Where I can blow up one creature. Let's see, they can only do 5 to it. I can actually just buff it to the moon here, so they're probably just going to take it. That's my guess. Because I can get its toughness to 6. Yeah. So why would they double block? I mean, it's a horrible... horrible plan here to double block if you're them. Yeah. But yeah, that means we play Spike Spitter. I'm not super worried about them doing something nuts with this right away. 12, and this basically reduces the cost by 4. And they'll only be at 5 mana. If they find a way to buff Redshift, then something crazy is going to happen, but, you know, more power to them if they pull it off. I think they're sort of in a spot where they have to kill the Spike Spitter. And if they spend their turn doing that, that's not terrible for us, and it does look like that's what's happening. I mean, is it better if our Spike Spitter doesn't get removed? Yes, but the alternative isn't that bad. They do have an attack. Honestly, we've only got 1 green mana up. I think trading for Redshift and getting a Surveil while we do it is actually a pretty good idea. Then they don't have any good blockers for what we have on board. Ooh. Hello. All right. Boommobile it is. So yeah, we'll just use the Boommobile. Well, do we want to kill the tortoise? Honestly, it's not doing anything. And with the amount of mana I have, I can do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can fireball them pretty hard here. That might just be better, given their life total. It is... it is a little scary to do, just because, like, if they find their way out of it. But I've also got Crash and Burn, so I think we do just fireball them. Oh. Huh? I did too high of a number there. Oh yeah, because it's X2, 3, so it's only 4. But yeah, we definitely still hit them with it. Drop them to 5. If I didn't still have Crash and Burn, I would have been a little less willing to, ooh, God. They milled Pyrewood Gearhulk. It is a little sad it has Crew 2, so... I can't, attack with the Surveyor, too, unless I draw something with 2 or more power. Okay. Well, now I will be crewing it. Yeah, so we'll play this Surveyor. Actually, we'll play this one, because Mutant Surveyor is actually a slightly better blocker. Then we'll play Mutant Surveyor. Adding a bunch of bodies to the board like that does make our lives a little more difficult in terms of just, like, killing them anyway. Nice. Drawing another card that can crew here is very good. Do I want to Crash and Burn something before we go to combat? Not really, because... if they block and I can trample for 3, that might just give us lethal. Yeah. So, let's see. We'll see how they block first. Destroying something wasn't going to give us lethal, so... Okay, so they're only taking 1, so using Crash and Burn isn't going to give us lethal here. I'd probably just use it to destroy one of the things Yeah, to destroy the 3/2 blocking my Surveyor. Trample for 2. And then we can draw a card with this later if we want to. Yeah. Down to 2 they go. Up to 3. Alright, well. Can't imagine they're not dead here. Yeah, that card's tough to play in Limited just because, you know, you just don't have, yeah, you know, that's what you end up getting. It's like you pay a huge tax for a medium card. All right. Deck is pretty good. I think a better player would be 3-0 right now, so... It's good at getting max speed, and it has just enough artifact synergy to do some nice stuff too. No blue mana, but we've got Surveil in hand, removal. We'll find blue mana. And a bunch of artifacts with Haunt the Network in our hand, which it would be nice to drain more than 2 with it. Yeah, I'm going to lead with this for the same reason I did earlier, where smoothing out my draws more quickly is probably better. This time we're going to remember to play our Mutant Surveyor in the first main phase, and then attack. Get to speed 2. Yeah, it does look like that's what's going to happen. I could hit that with Grim Bauble, but I don't think we do. I think we just do what I just said I was going to do. Go Surveyor, attack, up to speed 2. We can do the Grim Bauble thing next turn, so... Unless they slap an aura on Gibberic Omnivore. Which is possible. Alright, they get a swamp back. Hello, now we're going to be glad we get our speed high quickly. Yeah, we definitely attack with both of these. And then we go Grim Bauble on the Omnivore. Wretched Doll. So next turn, if we draw a land, we can play our Necro Regent and start making zombies. Unless, of course, my opponent plays an obnoxious reach creature. I mean, Mutant Surveyor has an attack here. It's not an amazing one, though. I sort of think I just pass and leave up Lightning Strike and Wretched Doll and everything. That's probably what we're supposed to do. I mean, is trading with the Hazard of the Dunes? Okay, I guess getting it off the board is pretty good. And if they give me max speed, then... Okay, they did. Unfortunately, I don't have that stupid 5th land. But I'm okay with getting in for a hit there. Leave up mana in case I need to use the Bauble and, well, and Lightning Strike. I could have buffed it to 3, but... I'm definitely going to use this. I'm greedy, so I might hold on to the Bauble, even though it's more likely to find us a land. Yeah, I'm probably supposed to use the Bauble. Unless I have to use Lightning Strike, obviously. Oh, no. No, 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 no. I do not want to die to Afterburner Expert. I do love that card. So I can Lightning Strike it, but the problem is, of course, that it can just come back when they use Hazard of the Dunes ability later. I'm probably still supposed to get rid of it, but man, it stinks knowing it might come back. Let's Surveil first. Okay. Well, it's not a 5th land, which would be, like, nice, but it lets me kill the hazard, so that works for me, I think. So we'll leave it on top, but we'll Lightning Strike the Afterburner and then kill the hazard on our turn. And then hopefully... have a good attack. Yeah, so then we go Crash and Burn. They might have maximum overdrive. Oh god, I think they do. Oh, the pain. It's better than attacking into it, but not by a lot. Now they can also get their Afterburner back. It stinks having max speed and not being able to hit my 5th land. Okay, we'll take 5. Oh man, they're playing lots of cards that I really do not want to see, like ever in this format. And it's unfortunate for me. Well, we're gonna pass. Not being able to hit our 5th land is pretty brutal. We're still not in, like, a completely terrible position. I mean, we're not in a good one, but could be worse. Okay. They don't like attacking when we have mana up. I guess I don't blame them. I'm probably going to Lightning Strike the Mole. So they can spend 7 now and get back freaking Afterburner Expert, which is just great news for us. Yeah, I'm gonna Surveil. It's not a land. Oh. Interesting. Well. It's weird that it's the exact same card from earlier, huh? I think we leave it because I can at least kill the hazard in response to its stupid ability. They're gonna get their 4-2 back, but then the hazard will be dead. So... Of course, if they use... the hazard in response to me Lightning Striking their Mole here, that's not going to be so good, but let's hope they don't do that. It's funny that it's been 2 Crash and Burns that we were like, well, I guess I'll leave it on top. Yeah, they can seek their mana into both of these, which is bad news. But yeah, they're going to do that one because it gets back their 4-2. But we can at least kill this so we don't have to deal with it. They still have a freaking Market Backwalker and an Afterburner Expert in play, though. Which they themselves are very problematic cards for our situation. So, I could double block Afterburner Expert and hope they don't have a way to wreck me. Because it only gets up to 4 toughness. So, like, blocking like this isn't the worst thing ever. They don't even have to tap their mana if I do it that way, though. So, let's do it this way. Yeah, they may just buff the Walker, which is the right thing to do, I think. The only thing about the Walker is if I can start getting zombie tokens. Yeah, there's the blowout. Yeah, if I can start getting zombie tokens, I can just block it for, like, ever. But my inability... There's our 5th mana. Yay! Ugh. Next turn. And we can play Haunt the Network, but we're going to have a lot fewer artifacts by then now. Thanks for giving me my 5th mana so late. Why did it have to do that to me? I feel like that gives us way more of a chance, but they may have another exhaust card in their hand. I mean, that's entirely possible. I don't think... I guess we'll leave it. Mostly because... Yeah, I can just draw it now. I think we're playing the Necro Regent and hoping we can just block this huge Market Backwalker with zombies for the rest of the game. Until we win, somehow. I think that's the game plan, more or less. Of course, if the one card in their hand is removal, that's not exactly going to work. It can't kill my Necro Regent, but I have to block with my Necro Regent. So, you know, may as well. This was a tough game. I mean, our opponent just played all of these super powerful... I mean, the Market Backwalker and Afterburner Expert individually are hard to beat, but beating both of them... Yeah, you're too late, too. We'll just do this and concede. We're not completely dead. Oh, yeah, we are. The Broodwagon as Menace. We were pretty much dead, even if it didn't, but I thought maybe I had one more turn. That was a tough one. I think our deck is sweet, but... we are in danger of a losing record with it. Okay, yeah, no early drops, but that's probably all right. I mean, we can kill an early drop with Lightning Strike. As long as we have that, I feel pretty decent about things here. We're going to name blue with this. So we don't have to worry about that the rest of the game. That's a nice draw. I think we probably just kill the Scurryfoot outright here while we can. It is a real good comment. I like that card a lot. And getting rid of it before they do any shenanigans with it, you know, making elephants and everything is probably what we wanted to do. Well, we're going to want double red at some point. Don't think we fire off Lightning Strike here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this. Okay. All of that sounds pretty good to me. Do I want to play the Spike Spitter first? Just to get speed started. Yeah, we do need to get it started, so I think we'll go ahead. That way our Pact Terror triggers really matter. So even if they kill the Spike Spitter, the Packdoll terrors are pretty likely to, like, get our max speed up. Yeah, if they attacked me there, I'm pretty sure I would have just taken the hit. Just like I don't really see a good... It doesn't seem like it's a good idea to attack into all that mana. This gets us to speed 2. Our deck has definitely been good at doing the thing. It just hasn't necessarily translated to wins, you know? Ooh, Earth Rumbler is pretty gross. Pretty gross. Just because it's like a huge creature, basically. And they can attack with it for free. Crew it for free with the 2 creatures in their graveyard. But... every artifact we play will drain 2 life. And we can play Boommobile next turn. So taking 7 from it here isn't exactly... freaking Thundering Boom Broodwagon, man. Yep. Taking 7 doesn't feel as good now that my opponent got rid of something there. So, yeah, I think play Boommobile, get to max speed, kill Deathless Pilot seems like a pretty solid route to take here. So yeah, we played the Boommobile. X equals 2. Crew in response. Now we start drawing extra cards, which can hopefully help us overcome the scary vehicles our opponent has. Would have been nice if we could have left up 1 mana for our Spike Spitter, or our Maximum Overdrive, but... okay. Yeah, fight spell. Wah, wah. Just shy of being able to overdrive. Yeah, that is not good. So we definitely block Earth Rumbler here. Take 6. Okay. Play our doll. Do I attack them for 3? So the problem is, I mean, I can Maximum Overdrive and kill Hazard of the Dunes, but I can't Maximum Overdrive and kill the Broodwagon because of Menace. And I don't know, I mean, dropping them to 12 doesn't do that much for us, but neither does, like, anything else. So I think we go for it. But yeah, I'm not liking our chances here. Looks like I'm going to have a losing record, even though this deck looks pretty good to me. Yeah, doing the Menace. I mean, I had a feeling that that's the route they'd take. Even with the hazard, I'd take a bunch of trample damage, so it's not like, you know, it's not a problem. Could lightning strike that, I guess. It doesn't accomplish that much, though. Neither does that. Yeah, I have not started this format out very well, especially on the drafts I've posted, I've recorded. You know, the ones I've done like on my phone, not recording on the computer, have gone a little better, but I haven't done amazing in this format overall yet. But yeah, there's not really anything I can do here to not be dead. I guess I lightning strike Deathless Pilot and pass. I guess that's our best bet here. But that's unlikely to solve our problems. Since they have 2 attackers. Although, I guess, well, they can get the pilot back and crew, or use this token, yeah. So no matter what, they have what they need to kill us here. Yep. No, I mean, I think this is one of the better decks I've drafted in this format, and it didn't perform that way. I do think I threw one game away, which, the one where we had lethal, if I'd played my thing in my first main phase to drain them 1 life. I wonder whether splashing Haunt the Network was the right thing to do. I mean, it felt like it. Like, our deck had plenty of times where it would have been a great draw, and it just so happened that the, like, one time we got it, it wasn't. You know what I mean? You know, the Pact All Terrors felt really good. Mutant Surveyor, this is the most I've gotten a chance to play with it or against it, and it felt pretty good in this deck. You know, Boommobile obviously was good. Yeah, we never drew our Mech Cycle, which, you know, not a huge loss because our deck ended up not being that good with it. But, you know, I think the deck was pretty good. The results don't always bear that out. But it is still early in the format. Still a relatively small sample size. Maybe what I'm doing in this deck isn't what I'm supposed to be. But I kind of feel like get to max speed and play a few artifact payoffs and good max speed payoffs. Like we saw games where Necro Regent and Spike Spitter just took over. And I've seen a lot of those in the format. It just didn't happen every game for us. All right, that'll do it for this draft video. I'll see you all in the next one.